Hey guys, I hope you're having an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you see this message. I'm Jessica, and this channel is Jessica's Life with God. And what I do is I talk about marriage coming to pass. I talk about singleness, walking in purity, basically the righteousness of God, like how He wants us to be. So one of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about is very important to me. So me being a member of a few churches throughout my life and throughout my walk with the Lord, one of the things that I've realized is that people sometimes feel that you need to be doing the same thing they are doing pertaining to your walk with Christ. And if you're not on the same path that they're on, you're wrong, or you're missing out in some type of way. A scenario of this would be like if, I don't know, say you were supposed to go to like a Christian concert and God didn't tell you to go to the Christian concert, but a group of your friends are going. God called you to do something else. I don't know if that would be something else pertaining to, let's say you're supposed to write a book and the Lord is like, okay, I need you to set this time aside to write the book. Don't let people pressure you into thinking that you need to go with them and you're missing out on an experience and an encounter with the Lord because you're not doing what they would like you to be doing, or you're not on the same path as them. Because I know that this sometimes happens, and I don't want people to feel guilty or have spiritual guilt, because I've had that before, feeling like, oh, I'm missing out. All my friends are doing this, like I should be doing this. No, I ask the Lord now more than ever, what do I need to be doing? What do I need to be doing with this time? What is the assignment that you have for me, Lord? Because my assignment isn't like anyone else's assignment. And that's what we need to realize as Christians. We don't need to get on this high horse of thinking, oh, this person isn't doing what I'm doing, so they're not spiritual enough, or they're not hearing from God. Like, that's the worst thing ever. But people have that mindset and they think that. So one of the things that I just want to encourage you guys is knowing that if you hear from the Lord and He tells you not to do something, even if it's something pertaining to church or ministry, but He's calling you to, hey, I need you to set this time aside for just me and you. I need you to set this time aside to write that book you've been talking about. I need you to set this time aside to start that business plan you've been talking about. Do not feel guilty, because the Lord has an assignment for each of us. In, 1 Corinthians 7, verse 15, it says, yet if the unbelieving one leaves, let him leave the brother or sister. That's not the right one. I'm sorry. Let me go back, guys. That is not the right verse. And, okay. There we go. So it is 1 Corinthians 7, 16, and I'll probably read through maybe 18. But what it says is concerning Christian marriage. Okay, so we know that as being singles, as being individuals, we are single and we were one and unto God. We also know that when we come into union, we are one, right? You become one with your husband or your wife, but you still each have your own assignment, and you two are supposed to help each other with that assignment. However, when you are single, it's just you and the Lord, and He gives you a specific assignment. So what it says concerning Christian marriage, 1 Corinthians 7 through 16. For how do you know, O wife, whether you will save your husband? Or how do you know, O husband, whether you will save your wife? And then I'm going to go into 17, which it really stands out. It says, only as the Lord has assigned to each one, as God has called each in this manner, let him walk. And so I direct in all the churches. Was any man called when he was already circumcised? which means circumcised. He's removing that skin, right? He's removing that shell. He's removing that type of bondage, right, that is upon you. He is not to become uncircumcised. Has anyone been called in uncircumcision? He is not to be circumcised. So the way the Lord speaks to me in this verse is everyone has their own calling. Everyone has their own time with God where he distinguishes what he wants you to do, what he wants you to be a part of. And I'm really passionate about this because I feel now more than ever, some people are really experiencing this love of Jesus and coming into this knowing of Jesus, and they feel like everyone needs to be doing what they're doing, and if they're not, they're missing out. On the contrary, last night, I had an amazing encounter with the Lord. I belong to the prayer ministry at my church. They went out and they were ministering to people on the streets. The Lord did not call me to that last night. The Lord said, I want you here. I stayed at home and I had an amazing encounter with the Lord. It was about an hour-long encounter with me just being in his presence, worshiping and living for him in that moment and living for him throughout my entire life. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do, guys, is live for him, be obedient to him, and trust him and expect miracles from him. I have to tell you guys, I was healed at a church conference last weekend for just praying over somebody because my faith and the faith in the room was so heavy that people who weren't even asking for healings were being healed. This is what I mean by being on assignment, knowing where you need to be. Had I not been in that room at that time where the Lord called me to be, I would not have received healing over my hip and over my ankle and over my arm. Do you guys understand about being in the right place at the right time? The Lord has an assignment for you. I hope that Bible verse wasn't confusing because I know it could be a little confusing sometimes reading from different, I think I was reading from the King James Version. But what I'm saying is go back, read that Bible verse because that's how the Lord ministered it to me. Each person has their own assignment. So be on that. And don't let anyone make you feel bad about not following what they're doing. What you need to do is speak to the Lord concerning him and saying, concerning you and say, Lord, what is it that you want me to do today? What is it that you need me today? Where do you want me to serve in this month at church? Where do you want me to serve for this year at church? Help me to hear your voice so I know where I need to be at the right time. Right? The Lord is so good. He is so loving, guys. And so that's what I want to tell you today. The Lord has assignment for you. God bless you all. Thank you for listening to this word. Please like, share, or subscribe. I appreciate all of you so much. I love you all and have a blessed Saturday. Okay? Bye.